YouTube. This is Southern Yankee back at it again. Due to scheduling, this particular video is going to have small segments, so don't panic if it seems like it's choppy or like things are jumping around. It's just a quick video thrown together. But we humbly entitled this Tree Talk, so it might help y'all find it a little better, but it's up to you. So enjoy. At some point in our lives, we have to find the strength to go over our fears, to be in the dark and the unknown. Get past that, everything's in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. Hey gang, so I covered a piece on Tuesday about what went on with the audit in Arizona. Just a little follow-up on that. The DOJ is actually trying to put a stop to it. And of course, anybody that knows anything knows that the Department of Justice system and the legislation system are two different things. So the DOJ's already been warned flat out that if anybody tries to stop the auditing, that they will be brought up on treason charges. So that's where we're at with that. A lot of people don't realize right now, if you guys are really paying attention to the mainstream news and seeing tidbits or any of the alternative news, which honestly, folks, the alternative news would be your best bet. There was an anchor 2 days ago on Fox that kind of like put Fox News right on the spot about saying that there are things that she's not allowed to disclose. So she's, well, you know, she's no longer working for them now, but neither here nor there. Journalists are pretty much targeted nowadays. So I guess my best advice to everybody is just pay attention to your local journalists, your local newspapers. Even then, take it with a grain of salt. Because we don't know, we really don't know how deep this runs. But it does run deep. But anyways, if you guys are watching, kind of strayed a little bit, there's chaos amongst the upper crust of civilization. And in case you haven't noticed, like Fauci's head is on the chopping block, and all of them up there, they're all part of this group. They're turning on each other, and it's because of viewers like you, people like you. And I don't mean everybody. Y'all know who I'm talking to. Those directly, there are people responsible for trying to make things right. But, ladies and gentlemen, what's really hurting this country right now is we are separated from our spiritual roots. A lot of people don't realize it. And I'm not talking about religion itself, because to me, religion is a nasty word. There's a difference between faith and spirituality and religion. Faith and spirituality, everybody does individually. You find God in your own way. But religion, the best way to describe religion is it's like a business, okay? You've got an idea that you put out on paper, you know, which we could use like the words of whatever God you choose on paper. Then it becomes a fad, and then it becomes institutionalized. And that's what religion is institutionalized faith and spirituality. And they have twisted it and corrupted it like they've done with everything else. And I'm not talking the gods, quote unquote. I'm talking about man. It has. I said numerous times, I've seen changes, you know, with the Bible. Just in my short years, how they write it and change things. And I'm not saying that the Bible is falsified. I'm just saying that man's meddled with it, like they've done with everything else. And so I highly encourage you guys, whatever your personal belief system is, follow it. You stand face to face with your God and find out what you really are. And that's what it's all about, you know. And I don't debunk any religions. I've done my research, you know. Jesus was a real man. Jesus was, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, he was a hybrid. Because you stop and think about it, he's the son of man, the son of God. Well, maybe it's just me. I have a very scientific mind, I guess. I don't know. Some think I'm crazy. Who cares? I quit caring about people's outlook. As long as you respect other people. And there's a difference between respect. You can respect somebody and not like what they do. They don't agree with it. That's what respect is. That is what respect is. Respecting is, hey, your norm is different than my norm. And I'm going to let you live your life. I'm not going to make war about it. And that's where a lot of us are having problems nowadays, is nobody's respecting anybody at all. See, I don't care what you do in your life. I don't. You make your own choices. That's the power of free will. Do I agree with everything everybody does? No. Does anybody agree with everything I do? No. There are people here who don't agree with what I say on these videos. I ain't going to let it stop me. Like I said before, this is my therapy. If I don't do this, I'm going to lose my mind. Because all this has just been crippling. I mean, I felt the strain. I was a business owner, lost my business. I've worked many jobs that honestly are below me. But I have to do what I have to do because that's the society I grew up in. I honestly don't know anymore what's right and what's wrong, because the one thing I've learned through all this stuff is everything you learned growing up, been a lie. Every bit of it. Because they keep secrets and they change things and they hold us back. And it's been going on a long time. And there are a lot of people out there that's done their research and they've seen it, they know it. But this is where we're at as a human race. And that's my main goal, is to remind people we are one race, and especially in this country. I'm very proud to be an American. Yeah, we're not the greatest country in the world, but we're better off than some people. One thing that separated us from other countries is we basically had the free right to know that they're going to try to screw us. Other countries don't have that, you know? Now, everything that's going on in this world, I honestly, and this is just my opinion, I don't think anybody's really going to open their eyes and change unless a serious hardcore country like China, for example, I'll use China. If the people of China were to rise up, and there's enough of them, and they're all trained military, if the people of China were to rise up against their communist government and put an end to it, I think the rest of the world would freaking stand up. I ain't lying. I know that sounds crazy to y'all, but if China's people were to stand up and be like, hey, we're done with this crap, watch how quickly the rest of the world would be like, I agree with them. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I got for right now. This video, we're going to try to do some segments. Since I'm covering religion and spirituality, you notice I use those two separate words. Religion, spirituality. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you're all done letting them control you. I think you're done letting them tell you what you can believe in and what you know to be as facts. I believe that. I believe a lot of you out there are sick of it. Tired of it. Tired of the games. We want to go back to what this is about. You know? What it's about is taking care of each other, taking care of the planet. Now, some of the things they're trying to do with the Great Reset is things that should have been done years ago. Decades ago. Good example is Edison. I have a deep dislike for Edison because he was a businessman and it was about making money with him. But he robbed Nikola Tesla. If Tesla would have been able to do things his way, seriously, our technology would have been advanced enough to where we would have been working with nature and not against it. Because a lot of people don't realize, like a lot of these earthquakes and tornadoes and all this other stuff, yeah, there's theories that HAARP was involved or the Hydrogen Collider. It's a combination of everything. It's us. Fossil fuels have always been a horrible concept because it drains the planet. And it's just like everything else, you know. It's just like your body system. Those oils in the ground, those minerals in the ground, we're using large quantities of it. So the planet's trying to replenish that stuff. is very much alive. Not like, I'm not saying the planet is a person, but everything on it's living, and it's very symbiotic in its relationship, and we're taken away from it. So all these earthquakes and floods, that's just nature's way of dealing with our crap. And like I said, the research is out there. I mean, a good example of that is for every football field of rainforest we cut down, 3 new natural viruses rise. Why is that? It's like an antibiotic. That's pretty much the only way I can explain it. And I'm not saying you guys are out there drilling all the oil and things like that, because the ones that are controlling the narrative, they're the ones that have been controlling all that stuff. Like I said it before, and I'll say it again, I'll probably say it throughout the channel, there's a magic word, and that word is no. No, we're not going to do this anymore. And we got to stand up and start saying it. But that's what I got for this segment. If y'all get a chance, get involved with your local politics. And the most important thing, support your local everything. Peace out, guys. So I was thinking, with a little research, and y'all take the time to look at it sometime, I guess. On a spiritual level, all you spiritualists out there, I know you guys are out there. So, I said it once, I'm going to repeat it. I think the spiritual world has been altered and twisted throughout history from just my research. I have seen the changes in how the Bibles were written since I was like 12 years old. My grandfather is a very religious man. And, but I don't call myself a Christian. Not that there's anything bad with it, but that's part of a puzzle that everybody's got to dig in and figure it out. But I think on a spiritual level, what this country needs is to go back to its spiritual roots. And what I mean by that is it is time for those of us who out there that know what's going on, or have a clue of what's going on, or just feel that it's the right thing to do, we need to bring the Native Americans back to being more active with this land. That's a given all the way around. So give me your thoughts on that, and we'll talk at the next segment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to clear a few things up with a few people. I don't claim to be a saint. I'm no different than anybody else on this planet. And just like I don't claim to be a Christian, but there's nothing wrong with it. I do believe in Christ. I don't consider myself a pagan, but I believe in their ways. And I really don't consider myself a Republican, even though I have the Republican views, because I just see myself as a U.S. citizen. But one thing I will say that I take pride in, and I see myself as a butler. And the butler name meant to serve mankind. And if I can get anything out of this, it is to reclaim that name and to put it back on the top podium like it used to be, and be the servants of mankind. Because that's what we are. And I am a butler, and I'm proud to be a butler. And I hope the rest of you are too. Be proud of who you are. I believe in you. During this segment, I made a reference to a song, because music's always been like a key element in my family. It's been instilled my whole life. My grandparents always played music. Growing up, there's always music. And I'm influenced a lot by music. So in that segment, I have to give thanks and mad props to a band called Highly Suspect. I took an insert in one of my statements in this video from their song, My Name is Human. And I want to give them mad props, and if by some chance any of them have a chance to see these videos, thank you. You guys' music has helped me deal with a lot of what's going on, so enjoy. Maybe next time.